Okay, so we're gonna use we're gonna put in an old work box up here to plug in stuff because this outlet does not have a wall outlet in it. So we're gonna put one in here. So we're gonna. And we got the old work box here. We have this here because the sill is under here, so we're going to come up on the wall. We got our industrial grade outlet. And the little piece of conduit to go down through the floor. So let's get started. Let's drill a hole through. So we'll put it about right, I'm going to go about right here. Okay, so we are down through here. Let's see if that's going to fit in there. So we'll just put this in here like this. Okay, so now I'm going to get this down a little bit lower. And I'm going to drill a hole to get this piece of conduit to go into the wall here. So we're going to make a hole right there. And this bit is just the right size for that. Okay, so we got our hole there. Now we're going to poke a wire through here and just see how far over I can put that box, because I don't want to put it quite right here yet. So, and I put this in here like this, and I'm just going to go. Okay, so about that much room, so I'll put the box right here. Okay, so we'll take our... Where did my pen go? There it is. Okay, so we'll put our box right here. Okay, so we're going to trace it out here, across here, come down the side, come down the side, go across the bottom. Now we'll level it off across the top, across the bottom there. So now we can take our smaller bit here and we'll drill out the corners. here. Okay, so we cut that right on the line there. So now we'll take our keyhole saw here, and we'll cut across that line there evenly. There. Put them up, right on the line. Come right up to the line there. Right across the line there. Okay, right straight down. There we go. Okay, so this is our new wire we're going to be putting in. So we'll put a lot of this down through the floor here. And we'll have to go down in the crawl space to staple it up. So now we have this little guy here, so we're going to open this up and we're going to have to drill a little hole in here to screw this to the wall with. And we'll have to cut this here so we have a little bit of conduit going into the wall. But I'll just see if this will fit in there without putting that little piece in. Because if this goes in the wall, the wire is enclosed. So let's see what happens here. Okay, that wire is going to be enclosed, so we don't have to put a piece so we'll put that here, we'll bend this back, and we'll put our screw bit in here. I put a washer on that screw so it holds tight. It's nice and tight. Tighten with our hand screwdriver here. Alright, so we got it nice and tight. So we're going to have to put a little caulk in here. So we're going to pull our wire up. Oh, I got to unscrew it because the wire gets caught. Boy, vision is really hard. It can be the hardest thing sometimes. there's enough wire there. So we'll put that back down in here. I'll screw it in by hand so I don't strip it the hole out. Everything's all nice and tight, and now we can start passing our wire back up into the wall here. So I'll reach down here and feel for the wire. Okay, so I gotta get it going this way. Get an angle to it. And there it is. Got my wire down in here. Okay, so now we can take and put our cover back on this box. This feed through here. And we'll just put some caulk around that and seal that off. Okay, so now we're ready to put our outlet in here. I'll just tear a little bit of the jacket there. Okay, so now we will clip the paper off, clip our plastic off so it's all nice and clean there, and we'll push the wire through here. So here in the country I'm born in, we use black live, white neutral, and the bare wire is the ground. So we will push our wires into the box here. And I bring the jack in about 1/2 of an inch here. And when I turn these screws here, these little wings will come up. So I'm going to make sure this goes in the wall like this. And I push it in. It's a nice snug fit. Nice snug fit, just the way I want it. So now I will, see, I hear it going, that screwdriver is garbage. That's going right in the garbage. I heard it hit the plastic saying that's all the way down, so I'll just snug it up. There it is, snug. I'll just push this back. Okay, so here we are, we're ready to, our box is all nice and tight, and we have our industrial grade outlet, because I don't like the cheap residential ones. And these have the, put in the back and you tighten the screw and the plate closes down on it. So I'm going to tighten the ones we're not going to be using. Okay, so I'm going to take my pliers here, I'm going to straighten our wires so they're, when I put the wires into the back there, you get a nice straight in connection. So I strip off about 1/2 inch. This is a 14 gauge wire and it's on a 15 amp circuit breaker. And I'm going to loop the ground wire the direction that the screw turns. I'm going to close the loop, see how I close the loop the direction that the screw turns there. And we'll first put the white wire here on the silver screw. I'm going to make sure I didn't, okay, I stripped a little too much off there, so I'm going to cut this back a little bit, but I'm going to make sure our copper is nice and straight. And I'm going to just clip a little bit off of there. Okay, there the insulation just goes up to the bottom of the connection there, so I'll tighten. Okay, I want to clip just a little bit more off of there, because I want that insulation to go right up to the bottom of the terminal, but not under the terminal. So I'm holding it like this, that plate goes down. Okay, there we go. We got the insulation up to the bottom of the plate, where like a 1/16 or less than a 1/16 of an inch of the copper is showing. But there we go. That's how the white is hooked up. Come over here and do the black. Now the plate is facing down. I got that a little long there, so I'll cut some off of it there. And I just push that in just a hair bit more so that that insulation gets right up to the bottom, but not under the terminal. And we'll make sure it's tight. Now the terminals we're not using, I'll just make sure those are tight also and closed. Okay, so now we can twist this around. I'm going to put the ground wire up, so I'm going to fold it up in the back of the box there, all the way to the back, and I'm going to zigzag it across the top here, so it stays up and away from the conductors. Okay, and I'm going to bring the black over this way a little bit, and we'll screw it into the box. Okay, now I don't go all the way down to the bottom with the screw gun because I don't want to strip the hole out, so I'll finish it by hand. One. One. Now we are finished. We'll just put the cover on here. And we'll get the vacuum cleaner and we'll vacuum this up. We'll put a little caulk around these holes here. And we're all set. Peace.